Hello, my people. It's my hope that you are well and you are doing well. It's my hope that the Lord has kept you safe. Welcome aboard to another video where we are going to discuss about one of the things that we have been discussing most in this channel. That is the treasury bonds. And nowadays, it is almost certain that the government of Kenya will issue a treasury bond every month. That is through the Central Bank of Kenya. And here we have the April deals that has already been floated by the Central Bank of Kenya. And that is what I want us to discuss in the next few minutes. By now, if you have been following this channel now for close to 1 year, I'm sure there is nothing new to you here, but we are just going to pass through them so that we can get to understand what are the specific features of the bonds that have been floated that are available for the April auction 2025. So, and in case you are coming across this channel for the first time, in case you are coming across the word treasury bonds for the first time, you can just give a small highlight of what treasury bonds are so that we can be on the same page. But you can always get to the video where we have described everything in details. But just for a highlight, treasury bonds is one of the financial investment vehicles that are in our financial system, and it simply means lending to the government on a long-term basis. As we will see, we will be talking about investments that are always greater than 1 year. So it is a financial instrument that Kenyans get to lend to the government. The same way, okay, anytime that the CS Treasury or whoever is talking about debts, he will always classify the debts in two classes. We have the external debt or the foreign debt and the internal or the domestic debt. Now, the government gets the domestic debt through the treasury bonds and the treasury bills. Treasury bills are short-term, treasury bonds are long-term. So, the government gets to benefit by getting money to support its budget and its project. And what you get to benefit in return by lending to the government is the interest that you gain. So that in a nutshell is what we call treasury bonds. So for the month of April 2025, we have 3 bonds that have been reopened. And reopening means that these are bonds that were already issued in previous years, but they have been reopened. Investors have been given another chance to invest in them. So we have the three of them that has been reopened. So I want us to go through the key features of each of them, so that we can get to understand what is on offer, what do we start to gain for anyone who might be interested. So, and allow me to start with the first bond. I have not arranged them in any order. So, let's start with the bond number 1. And the bond number 1 is the FXD1 stroke 2020 stroke 015. And as we always say, a title can always tell you 3 things. Number 1, from the FXD1, you can just tell it is not an infrastructure bond. So the interest that you get to gain from this bond is subject to withholding tax. Number 2, 2020, the bond was issued in 2020, and the original tenor of the bond was 15 years. We are done with the title. Now, time to maturity. The bond was originally issued for 15 years, but it was issued in 2020 with a tenor of 15 years, but we are already in 2025. So the remaining time to maturity is about 9.9 years. So we are talking about an investment that will get to last for 9.9 years. Then the coupon rate, this is the interest rate at which you will be paid interest for the principal amount that you get to invest. It is at 12.7560, and you can consider this as a competitive interest, given the times that we are dealing with, where the interest of the government securities, that is the treasury bills, that can give us an overview of the current rates, already at single digit, ranging between 8% and 10%. So 12.756%, we can say it's quite competitive. We have said that the interest that you earn is subject to withholding tax. It is subject to 10% withholding tax. The interest that you get, you'll just take 90% of it home. 20% will have to go to the taxman. Then the period of sale. These bonds were floated on the 20th of March, and the bidding will be closing on the 2nd of April 2025. So that is the period of sale. Period of sale is like that time you hear that a certain company has, or a certain comedian or musician has an event, and there's a period in which they focus on selling the tickets. So that is the same. That period that the musician will be selling tickets, this is the same period that the government of Kenya, through the Central Bank of Kenya, will be taking bids for the reopened bonds. And we have the submission deadline. The latest date that you can submit your bid is on the 2nd of April 2025 by 10 a.m. And if you wish to invest in these bonds, don't wait until it is on the deadline, or like, do it as early as you can. Make your decision and get to place your bid as early as you can. Then the settlement date. This is the date that you are supposed to have paid for your bond once your bid is successful. That will be on the 7th of April 2025. Of course, the minimum amount that you can invest is 50,000, and any additional amount must be a multiple of 50,000. That is 50,000, 100,000, 150,000, 200,000, all the way. Then we have the prices. We are talking about reopened bonds, and when we discuss reopened bonds, we really discussed what we call the clean price, the dirty price, and what we get a combination of the two, that is the dirty price. So from some speculations, the dirty price of this particular bond is likely to be 101.6785, meaning that if you want to invest 100,000, you will not send to the CBK 100,000. You'll send 101,678. You can check my video on reopened bonds, where we are explaining what brings all this about: the clean price, the accrued interest, and the dirty price. In fact, I'll place the video of reopened bonds on the first comment of this video, so you can just check and get to have a deeper understanding of all that. Then the coupon payment, we say that bonds pays the interest in 2 installments. That is, so this particular bond will be paying interest on the month of August and February. Then calculation of coupon is very simple. It is the coupon rate times, I'm taking an example of an investor who gets to invest 100,000, 12.75% times 100,000. Then we are multiplied by 0.9 because 10% is withholding tax. So our interest per annum comes to 11,480, which will be paid in 2 installments. So meaning that you receive 5740 in August, and you receive another 5740 in the month of February. So that is all you need to know about the FXD1/2020/015.